All right, guys, we're back. It's the last day of the All-Star break. We haven't shot an EV video since the 17th. My name's Chris. I work at Outlier, and I just want to make a habit of every morning, or most mornings, going through, showing people how to find positive EV plays and doing it live, and then we're actually going to track it on Picket. So let's get right into it. Take a look at what I have in my bet slip. Why is that there? That's old. All right, so we got our EV page. Like you said, there's going to be some NBA plays here now. It's Wednesday, February 21st. Games come back online tomorrow. Here's what we're looking at Picket wise. One bet to tag. What is that? It's not an EV play. All right, so there we go. We're tracking. Over the past month, we're up about 16%. You can see we haven't put in a EV bet since the 16th. Still up, and I've been splitting them out by EV game and team props versus player props because the strategy is a little bit different. You can see over the course of the month, we're up on player props as well. And last time we placed a bet, it was the 16th. We got Supreme Cook right here, and that one did not hit. It looks like it was only the one that night. So for transparency, you can see everything that we have going on through here. Let's go back to Outlier and start refreshing. So we're going to set our default back, let things load. All right, so if you've watched this in past videos, we go through this process two times. Let me just refresh all my filters here. We go through for game and team props, and then we go through for player props because we want to change our DVIG book. So we're going to do player prop. Sorry, we're going to do games first. So our DVIG book is going to be Pinnacle, our default. I've been having the best luck using conservative DVIG method like Shin, slightly lower volume, but as you can see, we've got about a 16-20% ROI over the past 25 days or so. For games, I use a quarter Kelly, and we're going to look at plays that are 3% EV or higher. I don't mess with the Kelly percent filter, the VIG filter, because I just use that via sorting. Here's where it matters. We go bet types. We only want to look at game lines and team props. We could filter out leagues. I may mess with that a little bit once we get to player props. But then, yeah, from here, I'm just going to sort it by Kelly. And we have our bankroll. Bear with me for 1 second. I need to find our handy dandy cheat sheet here. Bankroll quick check. All right, so this is super helpful as we go through because we already have the Kelly percentages laid out. I'm using a $500 bankroll, just a test bankroll. You could definitely have success running positive EV strategy with less money, more money. So when we look at this and it says 1.28% Kelly, we're going to go here and it's going to be between $5 and $8. We can always just insert 1.25. So we know that's $6. And we always want to use round numbers. So when we do these formulas, we round up. So let's get into it. So I personally like to go book by book through here. So we're going to add everything from FanDuel first. And we are going to pay attention to things, making sure that we're not like betting an over or betting something that's a super long shot that might not be worth our time. These are all on FanDuel, which is great. It's going to save us a lot of time. No NBA showing up here just yet, I don't believe. No, that's okay. We'll have some more line movement tomorrow morning once things kick off. So I'm going to hop over to FanDuel. Got to sign in. I always forget to sign in. Videos could be like 20 minutes shorter every time. Let me actually just clear this bet slip because I had some things I was messing with yesterday. I'm going to add everything to the bet slip. New Jersey. So we should have our 10 straight bets in here, unless, of course, there's something like in New Jersey that I can't bet on because it's college sports. Oh, it'll log in. let it go. So let's make sure that these kind of just landed in order. So we're going to look at Notre Dame, then St. John's. We do normally have a pretty good hit rate of putting them down in order so that you can just read down the list here. And it looks like that's the case. So remember, 1.25 is about $6. 1% was about $5. So we're going to go 6, 5. Here's the Notre Dame Louisville over 65.5. And you're just going to be kind of like eye checking this as you go through. 5. This Rhode Island one was 5 as well. Yeah, Richmond versus URI. All right. So here's where you're going to start rounding stuff. So George Washington, also 5. This Indiana State is where we're going to drop down a little bit, and we're going to go about $4 is 0.8%. Army first half alt spread. So here when we go back to this, so we're going down to like that 0.5 range now. It's $3, so we call it like, I don't know, we'll go 3. Army $3. Furman versus Stanford. Samford, not Stanford. That's about half, so we're going to go $3. Well, we just want to make sure that the lines haven't moved also. It's still plus 30. 0.5 is $3. These two Valparaiso so games at the bottom here, 0.36 and 0.25. See, these are getting, even though it's still positive EV, 7% and 15% EV. Again, they're long shots. That's why we follow the Kelly criterion. I'm just going to put $1 on each of those. 1 and 1. So those are all locked in. I'm going to go back to Outlier now, clear out my bet slip, and then I'm going to go find this one on Caesars. And it's been a couple minutes, so we're going to make sure that the line didn't move before we take it. I'm not going to refresh the page. If there were more, I would refresh, but it doesn't matter on this. So it's still plus 100. Let me log in quick. Again, this is usually a little bit faster on mobile as far as logging into the apps goes, but I think most people that are using the Positive EV tool are using it on desktop just because the wealth of information that's in your hands. Obviously, I'm doing everything on one screen. If I want to record both screens, that'd be a little bit easier as well. So we're going to look at this, and we're going to call it 1% Kelly, so that's $5 if you remember. Put that down. Make sure it's still plus 100, and it is. Looks good. So clear this, move this over. So now what we're going to do is we are going to refresh. All right, so now we're going to look at player props. So we're going to look at FanDuel. This is a strategy I've been implementing historically, or at least for the past 25 days or so. We're still going to use Shin. Kelly multiplier, I use 1/8 Kelly. There's obviously a lot more variance on player props. Someone could just have a good night, a bad night, just more risky in general. So we hedge our risk via the Kelly method. Again, we'll skip these. Then we only want to look at player props. And then I want to see if there is just NBA. So we can look at just NBA and NHL. I want to try using a different book, DVIG book, for college basketball. So regardless, we'll go down here. And since we're already logged into Caesars, let's take as many of those as we can. Bam. Three-leg super parlay. Love that advertising. All right, so when we're looking at here, remember, we're still going to use the static numbers here. So even though we switch from 1/4 to 1/8 Kelly, the percentages still hold. So 0.5% was, geez, what was it? $3. So Alex Caruso, $3. Alex Caruso. Let's just make sure we're looking at these right. All right, so the second Alex Caruso is 0.35. So we're going to make that $1. So this is where it's important to check because different sports books group things differently. So We want to make sure we're putting the right wager amount on each of these. Bam. All right. So now we are going to clear those, and now we're going to hit all the DraftKings ones that you see here. So I'm going to do this, this, Brunson. All right, so we got 8 plays. DraftKings 8 of 8. So I got to sign into DraftKings again here, obviously. Let me just make sure we have 8 in bet slip. There's nothing hanging there. Okay. Log in. I think DraftKings is probably going to send me a text. No, look at that. As always, we just want to double check what we're seeing here. I'll pop this open. So we had, in order, we had CJ, then Paolo, then Franz. CJ, Paolo, Franz. So these are all starting at about half the Kelly. So it's going to be $3 for all these. Top 3. 3. Jalen Brunson, it's pretty close to 0.5. 3, and then we're starting to dip a little bit down to 0.41. So we'll make these all 2. And again, these are small numbers, but you've seen the growth, on a $500 bankroll, 16% growth on that. And, probably betting 10 days, we've netted 80, $90 on it. Let's see this Kyrie one. I don't want to mess things up here. Kyrie 5.5. It's also 3. Then Steph Curry. We're getting down pretty low here. So we're going to make this 1. Is that it? That's it. Okay. What we do want to do quick is, I don't foresee these moving because the games aren't until tomorrow, but we just want to do a quick odds check. So let's see, we got minus 130 at the top and plus 130 at the bottom. These are good. Sometimes, a little bit later in the day, as you get close to game time, these are going to move a lot faster. You're also going to find more EV opportunities, but for the purposes of shooting educational videos, this is the way to go. So we lock those in. I'm going to clear my bet slip here. And then I do want to mess around a little bit with college basketball. There aren't too many here. So we've kind of been breaking even, slightly negative ROI using FanDuel for college basketball here. I wanted to try bet online. No, there's no volume. Let's see if we make this like 1. No. All right. I read some Reddit posts, but it doesn't look like bet online is college volume. Let's try bet US, maybe. Superbook, Betfair. Trying to find offshore books that have a little bit of volume here. My bookie, no. So for the sake of data, I'm going to put these down on MGM. And we're just going to use it as learning experience here. MGM. I might even do cut this Kelly down even more, to be honest. Maybe do cut these all in half. Of course. Three oh, nope. 695 8. So this would be, call it 0.65%. So do 4 and then 3. Let's see. Jordan Wright, Kentucky closed. Did we lose that one? Okay, we lost that one. Devin Carter, plus 125. It's now plus 120. And Davion Knight, plus 100. So I'm going to put this one in at $1. This one went down, but I'm willing to bet it's still plus EV because it went from plus 125 to plus 120. And it was already at a pretty high EV amount. So I'm just going to put it in at $1 too. And then move that, accept and place bets. All right, so let me pull back up Picket here so we can tag these. I'm going to post this in the Discord again. It's 11:05 now. By the time this gets uploaded to YouTube, it'll be hopefully 10-15 minutes from now. Just going to show you that we're placing the bets here. 9, 2, 3, 7. Okay. Three, 7, 7, 1, 2, 8. Okay. Let's let Pickett catch up. 25 new bets to tag. So here's the volume game. So you can see, I mean, on this $500 bankroll that we've been running since about January 29th, we're up $136. So, it's worth the 15-minute effort every morning. If you get more volume throughout the day, more power to you. So let's go through and tag these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do player props. Again, goal here is to be transparent. Done. And then let's do the teams. EV. Done. Done. All right, you can see we've got about $45 of handle today and about another 30 tomorrow. We'll pick up some, we'll do this again tomorrow. I'm just making sure to exclude some of the plays that we have. But that's it. Obviously, if you have any questions, let us know. But we'll keep doing this, keep trying to come up with good strategies together. Thank you for your time.